G'day YouTube, how the heck are we doing? It is Foul Play here, back for another Pauper League. So we had a bit of fun in Modern in the last video, and that was relatively successful, ending up with the 3-2 in the end. We haven't played Modern in about a year, so that was quite the return. So for those of you that are joining us new here, I do concentrate mostly on Pauper content on this channel. I am running a Lotus Petal list to help fix the mana, help be a little bit quicker and get that tempo happening so that we have a difficult creature to deal with and we clock our opponent. Outside of Lotus Petal being in there, it's a pretty stock list with lots of Armadillo Cloak, lots of Ancestral Masks, and the usual mana fixing. Got Cartouche in there for main deck protection against Diabolic Edict effect, or more likely Chainer's Edict. And in the sideboard, we've got our 4 Scattershock Archers and Young Wolves for the Fairy Delver matchup and Chainer's Edicts matchups. We've got Crimson Acolyte in there for the Burn matchup. Standard Bearer in there for Mirror matches, and Coregate, and Flaring Pain in there for Coregate. Alright, so welcome back to the first match here up against Kagemi Mishiro. We on the Dara, going to be on the play. Sounds definitely a keep. We have turn 1 Scout into turn 2 Cartouche plus Abundant. We just have to hit 1 land in 2 cards to Armadillo Cloak on turn 3 as well. Sorry, it's three draws with the Abundant Growth as well. Alright, so we play out our stuff. Hit to our opponent. And opponent plays out Basic Mountains. So if this is a burn matchup, obviously that's going to be very, very strong for us. We'll kick it off with Abundant Growth first up. Get that draw happening. Now I feel like we Cartouche, just in case they are splashing black for a Chainer's Edict deck. Get 1 less damage in this turn from sequencing this way. Alright, opponent plays Kessig Flame Breather, so it does look like a red burn deck. We break on our mana, but we can just load up on Rancors on our creature and start sending in. Okay, opponent playing the second Flame Breather. Alright, so I guess they're just going to hope that we don't have life gain. We're going to hope we hit that 3rd land and no attacks from my opponent at all. So we naturally find Ancestral Mask, which is also 3 mana unplayable. Still drawing to a lot of mana sources in the deck. As for now, we'll keep pressuring our opponent while we remain at a comfortable 20. I should be playing out the Scout there. I accidentally clicked through. Alright, opponent on the Synthesizer, double trigger. Alright, and they find Reckless Impulse. So that can offer some pretty strong value there. 1 mana short of casting it though. So unless they play a land out from hand, this might just fizzle, which would be nice. Alright, Chain Lightning to face. Can play 1 red, not 2. Alright, draw for turn, another mask. Classic. Alright, attack for 6, and yes, look to try and go wide next turn. Alright, action on the opponent. Plays Experimental Synthesizer, gets the burn trigger off the Marauder. Lightning Bolt off the top. Through opponent's on 3 life. We've got that in trample. They need to find a creature. Alright, opponent tapping mana. And that is Lightning Bolt to face. Trigger on the Flame Breather. We go to 8. Opponent on 3. We get a very, very comfortable attack. So we had it all along, opponent. And there's the concession. Alright, so there's nothing too much to be worried about in the red matchup. The main card is End the Festivities. For 1 red mana, deals 1 damage to each creature and opponent and planeswalker they control. I definitely read that in the right order. That's the card we have to worry about. Reminder as well, if you do enjoy the content and would like to see more like it, please consider subscribing to the channel. So Acolyte's a pretty easy board in. Silhana Ledgewalker does get taken out as the efficiency swap. This is effectively hexproof against our opponent's red deck, right? Then we can just take out one Ancestral Mask because it's a little bit slow here. Alright, opponent on the play keeping a 7. This hand has Acolyte and white mana, which is good, but we're non-existent on the auras, so we'll mulligan for something better. And we go down to 5. We find this hand, so Bogle, Utopia. We throw Rancor, throw Cartouche. We probably turn 1 Utopia Sprawl into turn 2 Bogle plus Armor. Looking to get that turn 3 Cloak. Opponent on the Swift Spear here. Attacking in for 1 damage. Crimson Acolyte off the top. That's not a bad one. Probably redundant here. Alright, opponent tapping some mana. Reckless Impulse. Okay. Not too upset to see that. That's Lava Dart plus MEA Festivities. So both of those going to be getting another chance to be played. Never mind. I know exactly what's going on here. Alright, so play out Bogle. There I was thinking it was like the experimental synthesizer. So here our opponent would need triple in the Festivities and a 3rd land drop to blow up our Bogle. So it should be pretty strong. And in this spot where our creature is so vulnerable, we don't really want to chump block into a whole bunch of prowess triggers. Alright, opponent plays out a 2nd Swift Spear. Guess Lava Dart face, Lava Dart face, okay. So trigger, and then if they attack and we block, they can flashback Lava Dart, getting another prowess. So there are no blocks to be had here. The Festivity is going to fizzle out. Hopefully we hit our land and should be game from there. Alright, not our land yet. Guess we can Utopia Sprawl though. Got more white sources in our hand than non-white. Guess we attack in. We could chump block, but they can easily chain 3 instants or sorceries together, plus a flashback Lava Dart, in which case we lose our guy. We know they missed their land drop last turn, so they probably have a handful of value. Alright, so all we need to do is survive 1 more turn. Opponent has to deal 12 points to us right here and now. Starts it off, Chain Lightning. Puts us to 9, double prowess. Another Chain Lightning. Alright, puts us to 6, double prowess. Well, the good news is we're going to lose either way to the Lava Dart trigger. So going on to game 3. I'm not going to change anything in sideboarding. Alright, on the play, this is an easy mull. This is pretty horrible too. Alright, not the best. See if we can recover with a good 5. Alright, this hand, Crimson Acolyte. I guess it's going to have to do. Ditch Mask, Ditch Forest. We can Forest cycle for white. Crimson Acolyte turn 2. Or we can... Yeah, I think it's Forest cycle white. We could turn 1 Abundant Growth the Forest, so we can play out Crimson Acolyte, but that could leave our mana awkward in future turns. Although maybe we just want the card draw and the tempo. This is an interesting spot. I think I'm going to go greedy and play the Abundant Growth. If we draw a green aura, it could put us in a very awkward spot though. We draw Forest, so that negates that whole discussion. Alright, Epicure from the opponent. Damage, blood token. So let's see how good Acolyte is in this spot. We find the Ethereal Armor as well. Very impressive. Aura Ethereal. So with Ethereal plus Cartouche, which we can play both out next turn after cycling Ash Barrens, then we're going to have 3, 4, 5 power Crimson Acolyte. Alright, opponent with the Flame Breather. Second Crimson Acolyte. All right. Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited about a second Crimson Acolyte. Fortunately, it's a little hard to play. We could have played... No, we couldn't have played it any other way. I think we just want to resolve the second Acolyte. Then we can attack with one, block with one, and really nerf our opponent's damage. Opponent's got a lot of value on the board, so being a little bit cautious, considering we need to draw to something good. Draw to something that is an aura. Alright, so implement of combustion. Sacrifice it for 1 red. It deals 1 damage to target player or planeswalker when it's put into the graveyard from the battlefield. Draw a card. So it's sort of like Chromatic Sphere, but deals 1 damage to face. And doesn't float mana. Alright, no attacks from the opponent. Passing back to us. We find Rancor. Alright, so actions on us. We're going to start laying down on our creature. Throw down, throw down. Alright, so I guess we just attack with the 1 Acolyte, although if we attack with the other one, it's almost a 2-turn clock. Alright, it's not quite a 2-turn clock. Attacking with the other one, so we'll just attack with 1 guy. Obviously, no blocks from the opponent. They are unable to block this one. So, Lightning Bolt face. Alright, opponent's tapping some mana. 3 mana in 1 go. Sacking the Synthesizer. Getting a Mountain. Getting the Samurai token. Samurai token, not super impressive here with our trample. 4 cards in our opponent's hand though, where we've got a clean 0. Alright, what can we find off the top? A little bit of help. It is a touch of help. It's not the most amazing help though. I've done this wrong. I should play on Abundant Growth. I've done this wrong. We're still Utopia for red, because it gives us the option to recast the Chain Lightning in the future. Alright, so we're attacking in for 9, putting our opponent to 3. They can use the Samurai token. Probably makes a better chump blocker for the Acolyte in the future turn. Opponent needs to kill us this turn. So, sacking Implement of Combustion, 1 damage to us, drawing a card. They've got 5 cards in hand. Experimental Synthesizer, that's not too bad. That's a little bit of mana eaten up from the opponent. They find Lava Dart. Alright, Lava Dart plus Flame Breather could be an issue. They do get to flash this one back. Damage to face. Epicure. Okay, I'm happy to see Epicure and not a burn spell. They've still got 2 lands though. Second Epicure. Jesus. This is going to be a tight one. Lava Dart at face. Alright, that puts us to 6. They can flash back 2 Lava Darts, getting 2 triggers on the Flame Breather. Fire Blast as well. Oh my god, Fire Blast for 4 damage. And 1 damage off the Flame Breather. The opponent takes it. Alright, well that's a bit of an unfortunate one. We did have to mulligan to 5 in both games 2 and games 3. I don't think we could have played it any different really. I think our opponent just had a really good combination of spells. Maybe if we attacked a little bit earlier with the first Acolyte, we would have got 1 extra point of damage in. Maybe we could have attacked with this side Acolyte as well before the Samurai token came down, and we might have been able to race it. Yeah, that's a shame. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time.